Hi, Dripping Springs. It's Ashley and Amber, so it must be Wednesday at 4-ish o'clock. And before we jump into Weekly Drip, Season 6, Episode 12, let me apologize for not showing up last Wednesday. It's super rare that we aren't here, but my gosh, I was exhausted from Library Giving Day, and I don't know. Amber has endless amounts of energy. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was. But I made a judgment call. We were taking the day off, and we're going to talk a little bit about Library Giving Day. But I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Over $100,000 was raised, which is just like shout out to Dripping Springs. That's absolutely amazing. And you might be thinking like, why does Ashley care so much about Library Giving Day? Well, one, I'm super freaking passionate about getting a new library, and my team assists in some of the lift for the marketing and the assets of it. So we have the opportunity to be helpers behind the scenes. So I have a personal vested interest in it as well. And my gosh, just the few days before that, Amber was huffing and puffing out in the rain of all rains for the Birdies golf tournament. And tell us all the things. Tell me all about that.
Absolutely. I'd love to tell you about that. So that was a golf tournament that was put on by the library, again, to raise funds for our new Dripping Springs Community Library. We just cannot always know what the weather is going to be. And especially when you're planning something far in advance, let's be honest, we don't necessarily know what the weather looks like next week. It might look one way right now, and then we get to next week and it changes. So things got a little bit wet at our Birdies and Books, but it was still a wonderful event. So many people showed up. People were out there golfing in it. I was just kind of running around wherever I was needed, trying to support anyone. I was driving the golf cart, picking people up, carting people around, giving high fives, playing some music, just jumping in wherever I could. But with that event, that was $47,000 raised just for that Birdies and Books event alone, which is wonderful, wonderful. Good job. I do have a list of businesses that participated in supporting that I would really love to read off, because it was because of each one of these businesses and each contribution that we were able to raise that $47,000. So I'm going to start reading. So Chick-fil-A, Spa Glass, Dripping Springs City Lifestyle, Monkeys of Dripping Springs, Vista Windows and Doors, Outdoor Jack, Charity Golf International, Twisted X, Kaufman Real Estate, Hay City Store, Light Ice Cream, Fancy Eats and Sweets, Ally Medical, Kepley Physical Therapy, Ranches at Real Estate, Dripping Springs Family Smiles, Frontline Advisory Group, and then the gold sponsor was our local group, Empower, and there were a bunch of businesses that went in together to lock in that gold sponsorship. So I'm going to read all of those off. Obviously, Ashley Tullis with Atomic Properties Group and myself, Amber Pierce with COIT Cleaning and Restoration. We jumped right in on that, as well as House of Jane, Hearing Works of Austin, High Vibe Mushrooms, Indigo Healing and Acupuncture, Karen Rivera Realtor, Kingdom Sound Live Sound, Lane Canine Obedience, Life Anchored Home, Lindsay Kembit Independent Stylist, Max Living Chiropractic Dripping Springs, Mika Gutierrez Realtor, Noble Tutoring and Prep, Open Heart Counseling of Austin PLLC. But wait, there's more. Blue Moon Estate Sales, Keto Dripping Springs, Creative Therapy Solutions, Crossroad Insurance Group, Cruise Planners Deb and Sherry, Dripping Springs Chocolate Company, Elizabeth Boyso Coots, U.S. Prime Insurance Agency, Figment Creative Labs, Fun Farm LLC, Glenlock Farm, Over Yonder Nature School, Plumbing Outfitters, Rooted Treasure Succulents, See My Baby Live, South Star Bank, Stephanie Collins Realtor, Texas Market Favorites, The Girly Birds, The Little Gem of Dripping Springs, The Peachy Keen Photo Camper, Woodhead Studio, and you restored. So thank you so much to every single business that contributed. Even if you only had $1 to contribute to that event, every dollar counts. And we're just so grateful to be in such an incredibly supportive, wonderful community.
There's also a very small number in another section that was missed. So I am pulling those up now. And while you were talking, I went, wait a minute, I don't know that I know the exact number that was raised. So I went and looked at the ticker, the thermometer, and I am pleased to report that it's $103,447. And I'm just like,
for the birdies and books?
Cannoli. No, for Library Giving Day. I'm so sorry. I was getting ready for my thing. I was like, wait a minute. I'm just so excited.
Oh, wonderful event.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
It all adds up. All of it adds up. So with that, Library Giving Day also raised $103,000.
Oh, 103,447. Okay, here's where I went wrong. I was like, I need the actual number for birdies and books. And then I was, we're here live on the internet. So I'm trying to be subtle about it. And it was like, oh, I need squirrel. I need that number too. And oh my gosh, forgive me, you guys. It's springtime in Texas, peak real estate season. So I've lost my mind today. But the moral of the story is so much is being raised for the library, and there's a shortfall. We need to pull together $5 million for the project, and it's not $5 million in the next month. It's $5 million over a 3-year time frame. Once we are up and running, the 0.1% of every penny that is contributed through sales tax in the area, that's going to do the lift for all of the operations in the day-to-day. So it's just this kind of, in my opinion, tiny little gap. There's, a bond election happening. We're asking for $400 million for new schools. $5 million is just a drop in the bucket for something this community really, 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 really needs. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Amber. You were doing really good, and then I just screwed it all up.
No, you're great. You're great. So for Library Giving Day, there was a goal of $100,000, and as you heard, it was over $104,000. So that right there was 104% of our goal. Together between those two events was over $150,000, which is incredible, 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 incredible. I would love to, at the risk of just reading all of these businesses that we're so grateful for, I'm going to go ahead and read all of the businesses that participated in Library Giving Day, because I want to make sure that they get their recognition as well.
Yes.
So for that was Chick-fil-A, Summer Revival, P. Terry's, Hill Country Ranch Pizzeria, Jam Boutique, Shabby Wick, Slice Street Pizza, Caddo Dripping Springs, Wild Birds Unlimited, HEB, Indigo Healing and Acupuncture, Flying Fish, Deep Eddy, the Weekly Drip Book Club.
I know them.
Woodhead Studio, Twisted X, Snapcat Flavors, and Flight Ice Cream, as well as the Girly Birds. And if you haven't seen it, the Girly Birds did something really special where they had a special tattoo, some special tattoo flash art where you could go in, and they were donating a portion of their proceeds to the library. And some of us got wild and, I can't turn my arm that way, got really cute new tattoos. Ashley has one too. It's just hiding on the back of her neck. But there was a group of us, of 9 of us that went that day on Library Giving Day to go get tattoos and jewelry and different things. And of 9 of us that got tattoos, 7 of us were in the Weekly Drip Book Club. So I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I feel like that's just one more reason why we're the coolest book club in the place. We're taking it to the extreme. We've got tats together.
Forever and always. I think that there's a handful of us that can honestly say there's just not much we wouldn't do for this library and this initiative. And it's really exciting to get to be a part of something like this. And you guys, there's so many accessible ways to get involved. So, Amber read through business sponsorships, different civic organizations that are involved, like the Weekly Drip Book Club. What you're not hearing, and if you look at the bottom of the ticker, is the people that donated $25, $50, $100, or they got real crazy and they were like, hey, I want to buy one of those butterflies. So the butterfly project is really phenomenal, but it does take a little bit bigger size of investment. Through Weekly Drip Book Club, your dues that we charge is $25 a year. That goes straight to the library. So if you want to make an impact and make a difference, but you're like, gosh, my coffers have all dried up, I don't have unlimited funds, there are so many ways to plug in. And when you think of the library, I know that you probably think, oh, it's just a place where you can go check out books, but it's so much more. So much more. Like, it's so much more than the parents bringing their littles for story time. There's so many different clubs and organizations that run out of the library that are free and open to you. They have a 3D printer you could pop in and use. I don't know what I would print with a 3D printer, but my gosh, if I wanted to, I could. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And with that, we wanted to kind of finish up and talk one more time about another opportunity to support the library. And then we won't talk about it for a few weeks. But every now and again, you're going to hear us talking about the library until that darn thing is built. And then we'll talk about how amazing it is for a little bit. And then we'll move on. Right now, we're in our library building era. Okay. We're not moving on. So coming up May 3rd is our second Books, Brews, and Goats event. So the headline there is the Weekly Drip Book Club does put together the book swap. What does it look like to participate in the book swap? You just show up, you pay your money, and you go take as many books as you want. But Ashley, do I have to give you books to take books? No, you don't. You just pay the money. You can take books. But do we want you to bring in those books that you're no longer going to be reading to help contribute? Absolutely. What I learned from the first book swap is kids' books go like hotcakes. Hotcakes. Yeah. So if you're sitting on a stack of your children's books that they're just not looking through anymore, we would really, really love those. If you're like, oh, I can't come, but I want to donate books to the book swap, contact Amber or I will figure something out. With that, it's not just a book swap. There's going to be, of course, all the things Jester King offers. That's where it's at. It kicks off at 11 a.m. on May the 3rd. We wrap up at 5. There will be live music, a vendor market, and then author readings, which we're really, really excited about. So we're going to have several adult authors doing readings, and we're going to have several children's authors doing readings as well. And we've split those spaces up. So the adults are going to be in one area, and whenever that's not going on, that's when the children's authors are going to be reading, and that's going to take place out by their playground. So you can have a great afternoon out at Jester King, supporting your local library and just kind of coming out and having fun. Amber, I don't think I hit all the highlights on that. I'm going to let you fill in some blanks. What did I forget?
I feel like you did a real good job. I think one thing that we just want to make sure is really clear to everyone is that the things that we're doing for the Books, Brews, and Goats, it is 100% for the library. So any money that we take through the book swap is going straight to the library. We do not keep any of that. We are honored to have the capacity to be able to offer our time and our expertise to put on this event for y'all, for our community, and for our library. And we don't keep any of that. We want to support the library. We want to support the community, and the library really is another place that's going to be supporting the community even further than it already is once this new library is built. So with that, the funds that we take for the book swap, we are charging for that. I believe it's going to be $25. And with that, you get to take as many books as you want. And something that Ashley and I discussed earlier, just to make sure that you feel like that's a good value. If for some reason donating $25 to the library is not a good enough value and getting into the book swap, we're also going to open it up to where you get your membership into the Weekly Drip Book Club for free. And that goes with that same $25 donation. And with that, if for some reason you don't live in the area or you don't feel like that's the right fit for you, that's totally okay too. You can donate that membership to somebody else. You can, if you know this person specifically, we're happy to take that on. Or if you just want that to be a donation for somebody who would love to be part of it, who hasn't been able to, we're happy to do that too. We want to make this as accessible and supportive for everyone as humanly possible. And we're so, so excited to do this again with y'all. We're so excited to be collecting those books. And we cannot wait to see you at that event. I'm already jazzed about it. My energy's already like pumped up for it. I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be a great day. It's absolutely going to be a great day. And for our already in the club members that tune in now and again to this show, if you're like, I kind of want to be more involved with the book swap, don't worry, y'all. We got place for you. Don't even worry about that. Super, super excited to see this continue to unfold. Really grateful to Sarah Rose for initially extending the invitation to be a part of this event. Thank you so much. The millennial in me is showing up right now with my own heart. But that's kind of what we have for y'all today. If you're just tuning in for the first time, Amber and I hang out every single week at 4-ish o'clock on Wednesdays, and we talk all things Dripping Springs. Right now, we just happen to be real passionate about reading. So we'll see you guys next week for Weekly Drip. Don't forget, Wednesday, 4-ish o'clock.